Welcome to this explainer, where we're diving straight into the complex but honestly fascinating world of evaluating RAG pipelines. Look, if you've been building AI applications lately, you already know that just creating a chatbot, that's only half the battle. The real headache is proving your AI is actually accurate. So today, we're going to break down a really brilliant, structured framework to solve exactly that problem.
We have to start with a massive problem for AI developers. How exactly do you automatically grade a generative AI system when its outputs are uniquely unpredictable? Think about it for a second. Traditional code is binary, right? It works or it crashes. But an AI generates text. It can answer the exact same question in 100 different ways. If you have to sit there and manually read every single answer, you're never going to scale. We absolutely need automation here. To solve this, let's take a quick look at today's syllabus for building our evaluation rubric. We'll cover 1. The AI grading challenge. 2. Meeting your AI judge. 3. Evaluating output. 4. Evaluating sources. And finally, 5. Generating the final report card. Let's get to it.
Okay, Section 1. The AI Grading Challenge. This is all about overcoming hallucinations in generative AI.
So every RAG pipeline follows a pretty predictable path. Step 1, you get a user's input question. Step 2, you retrieve irrelevant documents. And Step 3, you generate an answer. But here is the crucial point, and this is a big one. Dangerous AI hallucinations can happen at literally any of these nodes. The retrieval engine might pull the entirely wrong docs, or the model might just, completely make something up. To properly evaluate this whole shebang, we really have to look at the specific relationships between the input, the documents, and the output.
Moving right along to Section 2, Meet Your AI Judge. This is where we automate the evaluation process.
To evaluate all these steps without just endless manual labor, we use something called LLM as a judge. Basically, this means taking a super powerful model, like a GPT-4, and explicitly programming it to act as an automated evaluator for our own app. So instead of humans reading answers, a smarter, highly instructed AI does all the grading for us. I know, it sounds a little bit like science fiction, but it is absolutely the industry gold standard right now for scaling observability.
So how exactly do we program that judge? Well, we set a really strict persona in the system prompt. It literally tells the evaluating LLM, you are a teacher grading a quiz. It's told it's going to receive a question, a ground truth, and a student answer. And the golden rule, grade based only on factual accuracy. We are definitely not asking the AI for a vibe check here. We're giving it a ruthless, highly restricted grading rubric. Just think of the strictest, most uncompromising school teacher you ever had, digitized and grading your code.
But hey, a teacher is only as good as their gradebook, right? So we actually force the AI judge to output its answer in a strict JSON schema. It has to provide a simple Boolean grade, true for pass, false for fail. And crucially, it also must provide a step-by-step reasoning explanation for why it gave that grade. So if your RAG pipeline fails, you don't just get a big red X. You get an automated, logical diagnosis of exactly where the model went wrong. It's a real game changer.
Let's jump into Section 3, Evaluating Output. This covers correctness and relevance, basically grading the final answers.
All right, our very first metric is correctness. To measure this, our AI judge directly compares the AI's generated response against our ground truth reference answer. It's asking, does the AI's response actually match the facts in our predetermined answer key? Now, it's perfectly fine if the AI included a bit more info, as long as the core facts don't conflict at all. This is essentially your baseline accuracy check.
Our second metric is answer relevance. Now here, we are no longer looking at the ground truth. Instead, we're comparing the AI response directly to the original input question. Why do we do that? Well, because an AI can generate a statement that is 100% factually correct, but totally useless if it doesn't actually answer the user's prompt. The judge evaluates this to make sure the student didn't just completely lose the plot.
Okay, Section 4, Evaluating Sources. This is about groundedness and retrieval, where we grade the open book test.
Metric number 3 is groundedness. And honestly, this is arguably the most important metric for enterprise AI. Here, we compare the final AI response strictly against the retrieved documents. The AI judge has to guarantee that the generation model didn't hallucinate facts outside of the provided text. Remember, RAG is an open book test. If the AI brings in outside knowledge, even if that knowledge is technically true in the real world, it fails the groundedness test. No outside info allowed.
And our fourth metric is retrieval relevance. This time around, we compare the retrieved documents against the input question. The final AI response isn't even part of the equation here. The AI judge is actually evaluating our search engine.
Did our vector database actually pull the right study materials in the first place? Because if retrieval pulls irrelevant documents, your generation model is doomed to fail from the start. This metric completely isolates your search performance. Finally, Section 5, generating the final report card. This is all about tracking observability in LangSmith.
So, what is the ultimate payoff for this whole elaborate grading system? Well, by feeding these true and false Boolean grades into an observability platform like LangSmith, you generate an automated, trackable report card for your entire AI pipeline. You can run hundreds of test questions in seconds. If a new version of your app suddenly starts failing the groundedness check, you know immediately that your model is hallucinating. Plus, you have the step-by-step reasoning from your AI judge telling you exactly why. It literally transforms AI development from a total guessing game into a rigorous engineering discipline.
So, we've explored the 4 essential metrics for evaluating RAG pipelines: correctness, answer relevance, groundedness, and retrieval relevance. We've seen how utilizing an LLM as a strict, structured judge automates this whole process, giving you total observability into exactly where your application thrives and where it hallucinates. So armed with this powerful evaluation framework, I want to leave you with this final thought. If your AI was graded today, would it pass the test?